So, I've been looking at my ever expanding Yoyo collection, and I've noticed something, and that's that I don't have many mirror polished Yoyos. So let's make another one. So, I looked around and I saw that you could polish them with sandpaper. So I went ahead and did it to my Godspeed Yoyo. This thing's a bit of a wreck. I've taken out the bearing, it's got no response pads, but overall, it's an alright yo-yo. But since I've now got a new 1A yo-yo to replace this, well, two actually, I decided, I'll sandpaper one side and see how it goes. And honestly, it looks pretty good. I'll just put it in the light here. Can't really see it on camera, but it does reflect really nicely. And this is after only one go around of like coarse sandpaper. You can still see, hopefully the camera can zoom, you can still see there's a couple scratches around, but overall still quite nice, right? So I thought, hey, let's do this to the other half, and I'll film how I do it, and maybe I'll turn it into some kind of video. Alright, so, how we're gonna do this? First, you need your yo-yo. I've unscrewed it, and I'm gonna have the axle here, so that I can put the axle in the chuck of the drill. So, yep, I've got the yo-yo. Now I'm just going to stick it into this drill, like that. Tighten it, of course. I need two hands for that though, so maybe I can do it with one, let's see. That's good enough. Okay, now that I've tightened it, let's see how it spins. Yeah. Very, very smooth, very flat. That's looking good. So then I've got this sandpaper. I don't know exactly how coarse it is, but it says coarse. Here's a sandpaper. Cool. Okay. Then I've got my seat prepared right here. Gonna stick the drill down, and then I'm just gonna sand it. It should be pretty self-explanatory for anyone who's used sandpaper before. But, I'm just using what I have on hand right now, so it's not going to be the world's most safest or, easiest, fastest way to do it. One thing, though, I am using is mask, because, like a face mask, surgical mask, because this can generate a lot of dust, and you don't really want that getting in your lungs. So, better wait to hold the camera. Yeah. Alright, so I'll just, prop this here, and turn it on and rub it. Now you can see I'm about like halfway through in some places. Let me see if I can get the camera to pick that up. I'm kind of just like roughly just getting rid of the aluminium, the anodization. So it's turning a little white at the moment, but it's not the reflective silver that I want. So I'm just going to continue. Now something that you do want to be careful of is the heat. It does get pretty hot, but as you can see, I've done most of the rims. It's looking pretty good. As I said before, like a false bimetal effect. So then I'm going to do it on the cup as well. Ooh, that thing's getting hot. Now, one interesting thing about this is that it kind of scratches out the dings in a way. Probably because it's sandpaper, so it's like scratching out to all be even. So it's like I wouldn't recommend you to do this with your most prized throws, but if you've got an old throw that you're maybe a little bit nostalgic about and you want to give it a new fresh coat of paint in some way, or maybe strip away the one it already has, this could be a cool thing to do with it. One thing I know is that doing these rims on the outside is really hard for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I'm not really a good like DIY guy kind of thing, but like it's fun, but I'm not really knowledgeable about it. So someone could tell me why this is not going as quickly as the outer rims. It would be nice to know in the comments. Alright, so I've just been doing the rims. Seems to got this little band kind of effect. I'm not really sure why. Seems like the middle of the rim, I mean, can't really see it because of the light, but the middle of the rim doesn't seem to be being sanded as well. Just about to see that there. But I also got the same thing with the other half, so I don't know. Must be my technique or something like that. So, but yeah, I've now finished the rim. See that on the inside a little bit. It really does look a little bit like it's got a stainless steel bimetal effect, but I'm gonna go ahead and sand the rest of it now. Alright, so I returned to using the medium unknown coarseness, unknown grit size sandpaper. Did a pretty good job, I'd say. I also used this. I've got this tool. I think it's like a box opener or something. I just stuck it underneath and it helped me like target specifically where I wanted to. However, what I also did is dropped the yo-yo, and now it's dinged. So, I stripped the axle, trying to tighten this, but eventually I found a bearing that worked, so it's still responsive, but here it is. Here's the polished Godspeed yo-yo. It's hard to reduce the vibe, but it's also hard to use this one-handed. Let me find somewhere to mount this. Yeah, there you go. So, just a throw and smoothing it out. Still vibey. Not too much, not really nothing. But it's honestly quite acceptable as a yo-yo. It's maybe too responsive, I think. When I'm entering my mounts, it stops spinning. But that might just be due to the wacky string I have right here. Other than that, I don't really expect it to play well. I don't know if I said this before, but this is mostly intended just to be something that looks cool. You know, nice display, but yeah, it's quite responsive now. I could take out one response pad and see how that goes, but yeah, just an average stripped axle responsive bearing and unresponsive yo-yo, if you can follow what I just said there. But yeah, I'd say this is a success. It looks cool, it looks nice. I enjoyed making it, which is all that matters really for me. So yeah.